How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of STURD-O-VISION. And tonight, uh-oh, internet's going haywire. Want me to put you backstage for a minute?
Oh,
No, you're good. But yeah, we're gonna be talking some Wolf Hollow and some grind, and I'm excited for it. I want to actually kick it off with the grind Indiegogo. Now, which are all of you a part of the grind movie?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is everybody's acting in the grind movie? I'm assuming, right?
Correct. Yeah.
What can you guys talk about as far as your roles now? I'm gonna look for this Indiegogo link.
Does anybody want to go first? I don't want to just go.
Go ahead, you go.
Okay. My character Hutch Willis is a movie buff through and through. He is very nerdy when it comes to certain characters in movies, especially Wes Brantley, the man, the myth, the legend, our Lord and Savior. But anywho, it's funny because Hutch is like me. I swear I make movie references all the time, and my family and friends hate me for it. But I was like, this character right here, this is me. This is me. But he's just a fun time, through the whole script. Just his references, his jokes, everything. He's just a fun character, and I'm really excited to put Mark's vision on the screen. And yeah, that's pretty much Hutch Willis, movie buff through and through.
Awesome. Anyone who wants to go next, just don't be shy, anybody. Go right ahead.
Well, I'll go next because Hutch, he plays my son.
I love you, Dad.
And I'm really hurt that he said Wes Brantley was his hero because I thought his dad was his hero. And I'm going to spend a lot of time beating you up there, Daniel. No, I play Kenny, who is Hutch's dad, and we have fun fighting off Miss Heather and her, how can I call it? A group of, bad people. And it's going to be a fun movie. It's comic, it's horror, it's adventure, it's action. All takes place in a theater. And I think it's going to be, it's a unique vision of Mark Cantu, who is, if you saw with Wolf Hollow, he's very talented, but this grind movie takes his vision a whole nother level, I think.
Yeah, with I just finished that Wolf Hollow movie, and I was telling Heather beforehand, like that was a fun movie, but it was also a good werewolf movie. I didn't know what to expect with it. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is really, really entertaining. A lot of funny parts in it, but just it kept you like in there. And I like the way the werewolf looked too. That's something that's always important to me when I see these kind of films with the creature features. I'm like, all right, is it gonna look like a Halloween costume or is it gonna look like a werewolf costume? And if it does, I get it, that's fine. But this one looked like a good werewolf costume, which excited me, made me happy as hell.
Wait till you see Heather's costume.
Yeah.
In this, oh man, oh man. Speaking of, okay, so Heather, what are you in this?
So I don't know how much I can or can't say, but what I will say is I am the chaos, I am the havoc, and I am the villain.
That works.
I spread my love everywhere.
Say that one more time.
I spread my love everywhere, if you will.
Oh, that sounds violent and dangerous.
Uh-huh.
It sounds very, very dangerous. And then Anthony or Kay, how about you two first? As far as whatever you guys can discuss about your characters. I know you can't say too much.
Go ahead, Anthony.
are you sure?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. All right. I play Maddie. He is, unlike Daniel, he's like the furthest thing from like me as a person. He's like a jock archetype. So when I auditioned for the film, I don't know what Mark saw in me or how I ended up as a jock, but it's pretty weird that I'm actually like playing a jock. He's part of the friend group who discover or is part of the Grindhouse Film Festival that all the other like group is part of. I don't really know how much more I can say other than he's like part of the crew.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And how about you, Kay?
So I play Lori. She is a not so middle-aged mom, because I'm not middle-aged by any means. But she's what was described to me as she's a young mom of a pre-teenage daughter, and I was like, I look like I'm old enough to have a preteen daughter. And then I was like, but I look around and I know people who have preteen kids who are my age. And I was like, all right, okay, that's fair. Um, just so it's really interesting. It's kind of a role I haven't really. I've played moms before, but not of teens. It's really interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. And as I was reading the character, she's a total badass and somebody that I would totally be best friends with. So I'm down.
Now, does your character relate to you at all in any personal, like how for Daniel?
Oh, for me, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I had to pop off because my internet was going haywire. But yeah. So I relate to her a little bit because like I'm a dog mom and I die for my dog. But at the same time, like I have nieces and nephews and I would obviously like I can see myself like laying over a wire for them, stuff like that. She's very much a protector, and that's kind of how I am with my loved ones. Like you don't mess with the people I love.
I like that. And yeah, I understand. I understand that 1000%. But then there's some loved ones where I'm like, all right, what did you do before you get me involved? Because we all have those ones that just
Yes.
start shit.
Yes.
And they're just
Yes.
like, listen, man, you're gonna have to get yourself out of this one because I'm too old.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit
Absolutely.
down.
Absolutely.
You're way too old, and I'm too old. No. But I love the work of the director. I can't wait to see this grind thing, just because again from this Wolf Hollow thing, it was interesting. It was really really interesting the way they had the story of it. Again, the way the wolf looks, and I had so much freaking fun. The kills, the blood, and it wasn't like a nasty gory thing. It was like because it was a horror comedy, so it was like a fun blood, but not like a cheesy, cheap kind of like, why did you do this? Why did you do this? How is it working? How is it working together for either film? For those who crossed with both films, how is it working together with both films? I should say, actually.
Well, we didn't start filming Grind yet, but I can tell you that Mark is incredibly efficient as a director. So whatever time he has, it's very focused, tunnel vision in the most beautiful way, very honest. He's like, that didn't work, do this instead. He has a very set vision, but also willing to hear other people's input, which works out really well ultimately. And it creates like a really nice, fun environment with a lot of comedic points, which are really great. I love it.
Does his work or style remind you of any, like say, famous directors that, as far as, or other directors that you're fans of, let's say, just from films growing up, for any of you guys?
That's a good question.
I mean, this is like my first, project with Mark. But funny enough, I have a really good friend who he's local celebrity, I'd say, near my hometown, but his name's Will, and literally him and Will are the same person. And when I walked in and met him for the first time, I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" Mark. Hi, nice to meet you. But yeah, I mean, he just overall, even just from that first table read, I mean, he's just such a nice guy. And honestly, I mean, I'm just so excited to see what he can do. But so yeah, he just reminds me. Well, literally, is spot on.
What I've
That's
heard
awesome.
about, I haven't worked with Mark yet, except for just talking with him about over the script and the grind vision. But I've worked with Brian Saponis, who is also going to be in grind. He was in with Wolf Hollow. And everyone else I've talked with about how Mark directs, he gets things done in a very, he's very precise, and he doesn't waste time, is what I've heard. I mean, I've worked on some big studio films, and they can take 3 days to do a 5-minute scene. And from what I've heard about Mark, he gets things done very quickly, and it's done correctly. Great camera work, great coverage. He brings the best out of the actors, and so I'm looking forward to working with him.
Is this now? Has anybody acted before? Is this all your first movies for grind?
No,
Or what? Okay.
I've been.
All right.
I've,
All right. I like this. I like this because now I know where I can go. But go ahead, because you're going to say you've been. Go ahead and say it.
What? Go say what? I've been in the business for a while,
Oh,
so I've done some
okay.
features.
Oh,
This
awesome.
is my first
Awesome. Now,
horror
what's
film.
this? Okay, I was just about to. So this is your first horror film. Now, what made
Yeah.
you want to try horror? Or was it something you always wanted to do and never got a chance? Or
No. I just it just like when I met Mark through Brian at a premiere of a movie I did with Brian in Pittsburgh. It was a police detective crime drama, and I watched Mark's other movie, Massacre Academy, and I told Mark, next time you're doing a horror film, think about me, write me a part. When you're an actor, you want to not just to be into one genre. You don't want to be typecast as one type of character. You want to venture out and experience and take on different roles. Even though being a father of this Hutch guy I've played fathers before, but now I get to play a father and fight some evil stuff. And almost get killed, and have some fun, have some, it's going to be a really good film. From the script, from what I read, this is going to be a really good film.
Nice. And how about you, Anthony? Have you acted before?
Yes, I have. Mostly just on stage, but hopefully within the next coming year or two. I've already booked 2 feature films, this being one of my first, and then I have another one that I'm working on later in the year called The Haunting of Prince Don Pedro, with a ton of other local actors in Pittsburgh. And then I'm still on stage. I try to get on stage at least once a year, just because theater and film are such a different medium, especially when it comes to performing. So, but I do want to focus more on film rather than theater. But it's not my first go around with film.
Okay, that's cool. That's actually an interesting take. You're the second person that I've talked to that's done theater and then getting into film. Like this person, she did theater for a while and then got into film, and now she went back to theater because that was just her passion. But you're saying
I can understand that. So
you still enjoy theater though?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's definitely something that even though I want to step away from it for a little bit, it's something that I never really want to completely forego. And I think all actors really should at least, I don't think it should be a requirement to, say, oh, he's a good actor because he's been on stage. But at the same time, you can definitely tell who was and who wasn't a theater kid in high school and who does and doesn't have a theater background. It helps with expression a lot, projection. There are just so many different things that you can fine tune in film that with theater it really builds a solid foundation.
That's interesting. I like that. I like that a lot. Wow, damn. I wasn't even expecting an answer like shit. Just because, again, I haven't talked to too many people that have done both or transitioning from one to the other. So that's
I think Daniel's also done. He's gone the same route with theater experience and then film.
Yeah, it's a big jump. Anthony's right. I
Mhm.
mean, like going from one style of acting, playing to the back of the room, to
Playing to the front.
exactly, and it's just a completely different ballpark. Because I mean,
Yeah.
not only do you have to control the whole, playing back to the room or to the back of the room part, you'd be like, all right, Becky, chill. All right, right here.
Yeah.
The camera's right here. So it's definitely a lot different. And I know, like Anthony said, I mean, for me, even switching from that to film, it took me a while to be like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
we got to
Yeah.
switch.
Well, I started in theater as well. I actually started in opera, and like I've had directors go, okay, it's too much. Let's rein it in, because like we got you. You're stage. We got it. Let's be less stage. And I'm like, oh, okay, I like stage because like on stage I was always like the tall person in the background. I was never like the ingenue. So like because I had a big voice, couldn't dance, and was tall. So like they always stuck me in the back as ensemble, and they're like, great, just wait for your next cue. And you could totally like you could pacify and wait till your next cue and think about something else, But even with background work in film, you can't do that because somebody in the audience is looking at you. Somebody is that person's not paying attention.
Mhm.
Like that's why I like film work, is it's a little bit more like you have to be in the moment. There's no excuse.
And Daniel, what do you like more out of theater and film?
So honestly, like in terms of like what I like more, you mean like just
As far as yeah, just what do you like doing more?
It's
Out of the
funny.
two?
I started doing theater when I was 14. Um, I was in high school, and my high school at the time had a theater department, and
Hmm.
they were doing, oh, what was it? It was A Christmas Story, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna audition for this. I don't know why. We're gonna do it. And I got cast as Flick, the kid who gets his tongue stuck to the pole, and I was like, oh man, I'm so excited to be a part of something. All right. So I did that, and I fell in love with theater, and I did it throughout the rest of high school. And it wasn't until my junior year of college that I really started diving into film. It was before the pandemic. Like I said, I did high school from 2014, or high school. I did theater, stage theater wise, from 2014 until around 2019. And then around COVID time, when lockdown
Mm.
happened, I wasn't able to do that anymore. And then I hurt my ear, and I was scared. I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to do amplified mics again or stage theater. And it kind of just like bummed me out. And then I had a friend my junior year of college who was like, hey, there's a student film association on campus. Come on and do this. And I did, and I got cast. And I just think through my years of theater, and then this brief couple years I've been doing film, I have to say I love film. When you're on stage, it's great. It teaches you to be confident. It teaches you to have those skills. But I think when you're on film, it's more lax. Because
Mhm.
I mean, being on stage, it's a fun stress to a degree. uh, but it's just when you get that, and you're on that stage, it has that little pressure. But when you're on film,
Mm.
you can really focus on emotions on your face because people are actually gonna be able to see that. And I find that that's something I find that resonates with me more because
It's the micro expressions.
exactly. Yeah. I just find that so much more fascinating and so much more fun to do than, playing to a back of the room, so to speak. So definitely film, I'd have to say. That's definitely my top now.
I like that. And you also do music too, right? You're a musician as well.
Yeah, I dabble. Doing theater in high school. I did musicals too, and when I was a kid, even like singing in church. My parents were music teachers, so it was kind of just I was forced. um, but uh, but yeah, so I write some music in my free time, and I did band in high school and in college. I wrote some music, and I think I mentioned it on the last podcast, but I'm writing an album currently, and it's a pain in the butt. That's I thought I said that about the marathon thing. That's hard. No. This is this is high. Um, but yeah, no, I just find music as a fun way, just like film, to express yourself and get what you want to say out in a way that kind of conveys said emotions. So yeah, I do music too, and it's definitely fun, but stressful all the same. So
No, that's awesome, man. Good luck on that.
thank
Good
you,
luck
sir.
on that. Are you gonna be connecting with any movies or grind? You doing a song for grind?
I mean, in terms of music or just like in general, like acting and
No,
stuff?
no. I mean, in terms of music, are you doing it?
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't mind like if someone, were to come along and like a song of mine and be like, hey, like can we use it? And I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think that would be great because I mean, knowing if someone likes my music and being like, hey, I would love to use this to convey an emotion of a character on screen. I'd be like, yeah, of course. Oh my God, throw it in there. So yeah, no, I'd be so open to that if anybody were to offer, hands down.
I like to see. You guys got some good damn answers. I'm just like, fuck, man. You guys got the energy at midnight. I'm loving it. I'm fucking loving it. It was a long one today.
Brain. It never leaves.
It's accurate.
What is one of the first horror movies each one of you has seen that you remember? That's better yet. What's one of the first horror movies that scared you that you remember? Mine is Creepshow 2, The Hitchhiker.
That was a good one.
Thanks for the ride. Look, that just, oh my God. I don't know what the hell my older brother and cousins were thinking when they had me watching this at 5 or 6 years old, but that just terrified me. But it was one of those things where like you leave the room, go to the bathroom, whatever, you come back and you just want more of it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why. It's some crazy adrenaline addiction, but that was the one for me. And I watch it now and I'm just like, why the hell was I scared? I mean, I was 5, so yes, that makes sense, but why the hell was I scared of this?
I love the creep shows. I like the guy with the cockroaches.
Yes.
You know which one I'm talking about? I love that one. It's one of my favorites.
Yes. What's one that scared you though? As far as the movie.
I mean, Jaws definitely scared me, but I was very little when I watched that. But as I got a little bit older, The Descent. You know that movie? That one scared the hell out of me.
The caves.
Yeah, claustrophobia.
The hair.
There's one scene in Jaws that always gets me. I don't know why it gets me. And I watch the movie like every 10 to 15 years, but it's the scene where who the hell is it? Goes dives in the water and you see the side of the boat and the freaking skull, whatever something that falls out of it. Every single time I jump,
like a face or something like that.
I forgot what it is exactly. That's probably why it gets me all the damn time because I forgot. I know the scene like as it's going on, but when it's about to happen and when that part happens, and I'm just like I know it's about to happen, but I still jump. It makes no damn sense. It's not the only movie that I jump at, but it's the only movie that gets me at the same part every freaking time. I just laugh like, what the fuck, man? Come on.
Well, I don't want to age myself, but Psycho did it for me.
Ooh.
And that's a
good one.
Black and white movie that.
Of course.
And then Shining was a more recent one, or not recent, but one that really great direction, great acting, and it was a kind of freaky movie.
Very freaky, very creepy.
Yes. Psycho's a good choice too, though. Psycho, because that's one of those things it's more. You can run into someone that's crazy as hell Airbnb, and they have their dead mother in the basement, and they're dressing like they're killing people. Like that I hope that's not happening in real life, but that is something where you're just like, if that's happening, you're just like, oh my gosh.
I was kind of a late bloomer. Well, not even kind of. I was definitely a late bloomer to horror. I didn't do horror until college, like sophomore year of undergrad. And so like it was straight up a no for me. Like the first horror movie that I saw, and I was 8, and it scared me a little bit, but didn't like it was Ghost Ship.
Okay.
That was a little creepy though. That
It was creepy, but not like it was spooky, but like not overly creepy. Like I think one of the like horror movies that like really scared me that my sister liked to like torment me with was like The Ring, the American Ring, and or no, not The Ring, The Grudge. Sorry.
Okay.
I get those confused because anyway, was the Grudge with Bill Pullman, and like I was losing my mind. And then I eventually saw the Japanese version in college, and it scared the crap out of me, but I still haven't seen the American version, so
I haven't seen, you know what's messed up is I haven't seen the Japanese version, and I know that's the version
scary, man.
That's the one you're supposed to watch.
Scary.
Yeah.
That's the one you're supposed to watch. I know I'm gonna eventually get to it.
Here's another
a little
one
bit different
for
than
you
American.
guys. Here's another one. Let me know if you watched this one. It was called The Ring.
Yep.
Anybody see The Ring?
Which one?
The Ring was a good one too. With
You got
the 7 days.
Little girl crawling out of a TV.
Yeah.
coming at
Of
you.
course.
Yeah. I actually I did Renaissance Fair with one of the actresses who played Samara in like a couple of the sequels. She's so nice. Yeah.
That
It was really cool to find out. I was like, hey, she's an actual contortionist, so everything she does in the movie, it's real.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Anytime I see people doing that, I'm a little scared, but I'm also impressed at the same time. I'm just like, how do you're in this box? What the you're a grown man, 6'7", sitting in a little box. I can't get in there.
Yeah.
Oh man. And then the crawling and all that, and oh my god, it's awesome to see down the stairs. Like I'm impressed, but I feel like if I seen that in person, I might kick somebody down the stairs. Like Aaron, like stop. This is a movie. Like listen, well, I can't be around him. He's doing that because that's too much. That's too much. But what about Anthony and Daniel? What about you guys for first horror movie that you remember that scared you? That's something that really sticks with you. It's just
they're youngins.
it could be
Daniel, you want to answer this one first?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm still trying to think back to. Yeah.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Okay, you got it.
It was probably the first Saw movie. I was my mom, whenever she would go to work, and I was still like too young to stay home alone, I would get dropped off at my grandmother's, and my grandma was the first person to introduce me to horror, because I would go over and she would always be watching the Lifetime networks and like LMN, ID, Discovery, all those, and just like by pure coincidence, the horror movies would like always be on. So like A Haunting, Celebrity Ghost Stories, Saw, Amityville Horror, all those. And so that was probably the first one that stuck with me. I'm trying to think. I think the first horror movie that I couldn't, not even the first, the only horror movie that I don't think I could get through in its entirety to this day is The Exorcist. I remember watching that when I was like 6 or 7 at my grandma's house, and I asked her to turn it off. I still cannot get through that movie in its entirety at all.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool in a way.
It's like a niche. It's a niche.
One of those. But how about you, Daniel?
Honestly, it's not, and it's funny because it's not really, I wouldn't say classified as a horror. It's like a comedy horror, I guess. My parents, there used to be a home video store in my hometown next to our Walmart. And every weekend we'd rent a movie for movie night. But also, you know, we'd be like, hey, can I get a video game for the PS2? Like, do you mind? Like, mom.
PS2.
Okay. But yeah, we would rent movies, and the one night my parents rented, of all movies, Scary Movie 3. And I don't know what it is about that little demonic kid. I was terrified. I was so terrified. When you see like latched on the ceiling, I was like, Mom, I want to go upstairs. Can I have a spare change of pants? Thank you.
That's hilarious.
But now like modern horror, now that like I'm an adult, one that's like the It movies, yeah, but like it's like first watch, but one that really creeps me out to this day, you know, I'd have to say, oh, see now my brain just went blank.
Describe it. We got it.
It's the kid from the new Jumanji movie. His sister gets decapitated from a car because she's having an allergic
Hereditary.
reaction. Thank you.
I knew
we got it.
Lord. That movie, I watched it, and it was at my friend Alexa's house in college. We had a Halloween horror movie night, and my friend Henry was like, hey guys, let's watch Hereditary. And I go, what's that? And he's like, oh, you don't know? Oh, well, you're about to. And he's taking me down. He's like, you're going to love it. It's so funny. There's funny points. And then I see this kid smashing his head off a desk. I'm like, yeah, this is funny. All right. I think we have different definitions of the word funny. All right.
Yeah. That's like my generation's Babadook.
Oh, no. When that dog
Oh my
died,
God, that's a good one. That is a good one.
I could not sleep. I mean, but hey, at least you're not afraid of Nightmare Before Christmas. I still can't watch that movie.
Really? I love that movie.
I know, it's horrible, but I just can't. I can't even get through the opening credits. I have tried.
Man.
It's that animation style. I know when I was a kid, like just the claymation Tim Burton stuff is just like, what is it? And then there's that theory that like the Corpse Bride, Frankenweenie, and Night Before Christmas are all
interconnected. Yeah. I don't have any other problems with like Frankenweenie or Corpse Bride or some of his other flicks. But like I'm like half and half Tim Burton, but like I can't do Nightmare Before Christmas.
I hate the
with me with that.
I hate the original like stop motion Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and like Mr. Heat Miser, like those movies. I hate those movies. I don't know what it is. I don't like them. But every time my like parents want to like sit down and like watch it for like Christmas or whatever, I tell them like I don't want to watch it, and they just give me they like give me shit for it, and I'm like I don't like it. It might be stop motion, but I just don't like it.
Even though I disagree, I do understand. What can I just ask? What year you were born in?
Who?
Anthony.
Say that again.
I said what year you were born in?
2004.
See, I get it. I understand completely. That's not even your fault. They shouldn't be making me watch that.
Daniel, you can't even say anything.
No, even just a 4-year difference. Even then, it just makes me like. I have a coworker who was born in 2008, and that just makes me sick. Even though I'm still like pretty young, just hearing that makes me just feel.
Well, don't even act like that. There's a big gap. Okay, you were a senior. I was a freshman. No, there's no like. You didn't grow. You're not a '90s kid. Okay, early 2000s. We grew up with the same stuff. If you list off like action figures or toys, I guarantee we grew up with the same stuff.
Oh. Wait, Daniel. What year did you graduate high school?
2019.
My freshman year was 2019.
I was through my undergrad and both of my master's degrees by the time I was there.
So I just find it like fascinating. Just like even if it's like a couple of years like that, like I just I still don't feel like I'm out of school. Like I feel like I should still be a college student in this. So like when I hear people who
No,
are like,
I feel the same way. Even though
Oh,
I
yeah.
graduated high school in 2009, like I still feel like I'm like I still feel young. Like it still feels weird, like getting in my car and like, oh, I have a license. And I'm like, I'm 31 years old, man. Like,
See, I'm at the age now where I wake up and I'm sore and I'm just like, what the hell did I do?
yes, yes.
Like all I did was lay down last night.
I woke
Then
up the other day and like I like my hip joint hurt and I couldn't walk. I was like, what the heck?
I see you over here laughing at us like these guys don't know shit. Just over here laughing in the corner, but it's funny because like me, I'll watch football now, right? And you'll see these players going out with these injuries, then they'll come back like the very next week, and I'm like, I'm complaining about my shoulder that I just slept on wrong. Talking about me and him are going through the same thing. He's going out to play football. I'm calling out of work, and I have a desk job. Like, you gotta check this out. This is serious, doc.
I can't sit because like I like slept on my neck wrong.
Yeah,
I'm not coming in today.
yeah, I'll be all off, all off. Oh man,
Welcome to your 30s.
yeah.
Oh.
Yes, they're slowly walking away from me, but I'm enjoying them while I'm still here.
I hit 30 like a year ago, like or 2 years ago at this point almost, but like still, like I started feeling it at 28. Like my heartburn got bad at 28. Like I was like, what is this? What the heck? And I started getting like really tired. I was like slowing real down. I was like, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna do some art. I'm gonna write. I'm gonna do all these things. I get home and I lay on my couch. I sit on my couch. I don't even lay down. And then I just eventually just and then I'm out, dude. I'm asleep.
I get it, and I hate it, especially when I'm sitting down trying to watch something I actually want to watch.
Right?
Like it's one thing. Like I do two different things. I'll do something like if I'm laying down, getting ready to, like I want to unwind or go to bed. I'll throw something on. I don't care if I fall asleep to.
Yes.
And I'm watching the whole fucking thing. And then the next thing, I'm like, what is this bullshit? Why am I wide awake now? I put something on that I want to watch. Out.
When we go to sleep, we put on BuzzFeed Unsolved, and like we've seen every single episode, but I'm still like laying, like I'll be having my eyes closed, and I'll be facing away, and I'm still like I'll hear a part that's funny, and I'll be like, wait, I know this, but still, like I'm still awake for it.
I get it. 1,000%. I get it 1,000%.
Yeah, but I'll be watching an anime I really want to watch, and I'll be like,
I do it all the time.
That's horrible. It's horrible. Welcome to your 30s. Enjoy it, Jets. Enjoy it.
I just did it last night. I was talking to a friend of mine. Well, Heather, Mick, me and him were just shooting the shit till like 1. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go lay down. I was like, I'm gonna go watch Star Wars New Hope from our other podcast. Soon as I hit play, started dozing off. You just see the letters going by, and I love the movie, but I'm just like, all right, this just isn't gonna do it. Just go onto YouTube, and you already know. And boom, watching like 5-6 things. Oh shit! But I do want to pull this up.
I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I feel that.
It's so all right. With the Star Wars thing on my other show, we're going through the Star Wars and Star Trek movies, and I've never seen any. Well, I've seen that couple of the Star Trek movies, like the newer ones. I didn't even know the older ones existed. So we're going through those, and my goodness, it's fun.
I just have to say one thing. Han shot first. Thank you. That's all I'm going to say.
Actually, I agree with you.
Thank you. Greedo did nothing. He ain't got nothing on Han Solo. Nothing.
I mean, if he did, he was a horrible shot, which is also fine.
Well, I mean, then he should have been a stormtrooper. I don't.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I love those memes. I love stormtrooper memes.
Pull up the what is this? The grind. Excuse me.
Oh my gosh, my background matches the color. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew what you were doing.
I must have subconsciously. I think I just like the color, and it's also Valentine's, so.
Yeah, which I see so far you guys raised $32,117, which is awesome.
Let's keep going.
Goal is 25,000. Keep going. 18 days left, people, and there's all these perks, and you see some of the cast right here, and they love the director. I haven't heard you guys say anything? Oh, Felissa Rose is in this also.
Melissa.
She is so freaking. I love her.
I know.
She's
Everyone
one of
does.
the.
She's
She's so
amazing.
nice.
Right?
I've never heard like. I feel like if you hear something bad from somebody saying something about her, you have to slap them right in the mouth. Just, you don't say that about her. Don't
Pretty
lie.
much.
Because she's so nice. You see it when she's with fans, and it's not about the money because you see her talking to fans in the hallways, anywhere. It's not just at the table.
Mhm.
And she'll talk shit. She'll talk to you all day, all night. If there's nobody at that, if there's nobody in that line,
Mhm.
you're like your best friend.
Yes.
Yeah. And what's really cool is I worked with her on Bloody Summer Camp before this, and it was really
love it.
amazing. I went to a con that we were premiering Bloody Summer Camp at, and I just happened to like walk by her booth, and I just kind of waved because I didn't want to like take away from
Yeah.
people who were paying to see her. And she
Mhm.
literally went, 1 second, and like left her line to come give me a hug and say hi. I felt really bad, but she was like, "No, don't worry about it." And I was like, "Okay."
No, that's so.
And she's so sweet. I adore her.
I think
Bloody
this is
something.
a really good team that's for Grinds. A lot of the people are amazing on this.
Absolutely.
See, and that's good. That you can tell to an extent. I feel you can kind of tell if you guys have good chemistry on set. I'm just saying, just from a fan's perspective, I'm no expert at this. I just watch movies, but I feel like you can kind of tell with some films that like it feels like in this movie they don't really know each other well as far as just to get the characters to line up right or the movie to go right, or they don't like each other. It's one or the other. There's like I feel like you kind of get the vibe in the film, and I'm like I don't feel like they really don't really fuck with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. Come on. And you guys again seem like you're all cool, but
Yeah.
I want to see it on screen.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, what's interesting is a lot of us haven't met in person yet, so you know
Not
we're
yet?
all not yet, but we're all gonna get there, and it's gonna be amazing. Like I feel like when we get on set, we're gonna be like, "Hey, hey, hey, hey!" You know, it's gonna be wonderful.
I think
Do
so.
you know do you guys know when filming starts, or is it still? I know. I mean, I know the Indiegogo is still going, but is there like a kind of a
March?
pushed out date
Sometime
ish?
in the fall.
I was gonna say, I know. Did Mark say August once, or is
Yeah.
that just a fever dream?
I think
I
it
feel
was
like
which character.
some
I think from what I understand, August-ish, September.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know I'm not called after August.
Now, is he the type of director to give you the whole script, or does he give you like just pieces that you're in?
No, we have the whole script.
You have the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
script.
The thick
Mhm.
binder behind me says
Yep.
so.
Yep. Mine is right there.
How often do you guys have to study your lines to remember and all that? Is it something that comes kind of easy for you, or is it something that you have to like study every day like a test?
I think it's a little different, I guess, for everybody. I just know, like Anthony probably knows this too, and anybody who's done stage stuff, it's like you get so used to looking at a script and getting it memorized, you know, before tech week and then like kind of around that, you know, when you are in a film, it's like, oh, I got a big script. Oh, okay, this is kind of fun. But it can be, it's challenging sometimes. Because like it's like more or less, how do I say this line? And you're thinking of different ways to say it and different
Yeah.
inflections.
Yeah.
And then you go back to another thing. You're like, wait, what was that line supposed to be? Oh, I focused way too much on this. Now I forget. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, then you get on
but yeah.
set with the other actor, and it completely changes.
Exactly. And it's like, oh man, all right, on the fly, here we go. All right.
Yeah. But
See, I never, and that my thing would be like, fuck, I forgot my line again. Like that I don't know if it's just because again I'm just outside looking in as a fan of it, but is that something that you guys go into like any nerves about that? Like I'm gonna forget my lines, I'm gonna mess this up, or you just or is it an automatic confidence thing because you have experience in it from theater or other film?
You still definitely have some nerves, like especially for me, like when I first get on set, I'm really excited to be there. I have like a lot of like just kind of like antsy energy. So like it sometimes can take me a couple of takes to get there. So I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
I don't either.
Oh my god. I can sing opera in Chipmunk, but like come on, man. I'm not doing nervous on purpose.
That's funny.
I love this new Alvin and the Chipmunks sequel.
Oh my gosh, okay, it's not just me.
I don't even know where that's coming from. But that's amazing.
Well, so I'm not as nervous as I used to be because all these lines are in English. In opera, it's not English.
Oh wow! I never even thought of that.
Wow. This is turning into a haunted podcast.
It is. I don't know who's after us, but
Should we pop off one by one and see if it?
It's Heather.
Go back and
It's
forth.
Heather.
Oh wait, what?
Oh, it's
Heather's
Heather.
doing it.
I didn't touch anything.
She's already doing
What
it.
the heck
It's
happened?
me and the villain.
Okay.
I don't know. He just said it was Heather, and everything started working again. So I'm just going by his word.
Still souls.
Yeah.
See, I have the power.
Yeah. So essentially, like, couple of takes, and then I'm on track, and you know, it's a lot easier for me because I'm not.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I think I still need to fix my audio.
Oh, we know who it is. There we go.
It's
There we
Anthony.
go.
The problem.
Anthony.
Anthony, you're fired.
No, but yeah,
He's gonna be the first one to die.
I'm not having to remember like a bunch of different words in different languages, so that's why it's easier for me.
Oh, that definitely makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! I didn't even think of that. Forgetting the lines, and then you have to talk to someone. The other character comes in. I'll just like, you know what, guys, fuck this. I'm just gonna sit and watch. I forget too much.
Well, there's that. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. That was it.
There. I don't know. Have you ever seen the series of unfortunate events like with Jim Carrey from like back in the day, early 2000s?
Yes.
I have not, but
No,
I'll definitely check it
yes,
out.
So,
yes.
in the scene where he like walks down the stairs for the first time and he's talking, you know, to Violet and all of them and Sonny and them and Klaus, they're talking and he goes, "What? Oh, hold on, I messed up. Back to the other line. What was it?" And then like it actually
our parents just died.
Yeah, and he's like he actually forgot his line and
Was that really what it was?
Yeah,
That's
he
amazing.
forgot it and they just kept it.
I was
That's
actually
awesome.
just talking about that movie with my sister because she has small children, and I was like, when your kids are old enough to watch that movie and then watch the gag reel with me, we're cool, you know, because the gag reel is amazing. If you haven't seen it, amazing.
So watch the movie and the gag. Oh, gag reel.
Absolutely, yeah.
Those are always great. Shit. I guess we can kind of wrap this up. If you guys have anything else you want to tell the people where they can find you, go check out the Grind Crew. The links are in the description. The link is in the description as well to go check out Wolf Hollow. But for anybody else, do you want to tell the people where they can find you all?
Well, definitely check out the Indiegogo for Grind.
Yes.
That's the fun. There's so many fun perks. There's lunch boxes, sweatshirts, all sorts of fun things. That's
and
the main
my favorite, a Blu-ray. There's
Mhm.
always Blu-rays and DVDs. And my thing with Indiegogo is if you don't have a Blu-ray or a DVD, then I'm probably not going to even pay attention to it, to be honest, because I want to own the hard copy of things. I'm a physical media copy because streaming takes shit down, even if you pay for it, and then once it's gone, it's gone. It's fucked up. They do it, and they don't give you your money back either. It's like, yeah, you bought it, but it's ours now.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, buy physical media. Go check out the Grind Indiegogo. Back it. Get yourself a shirt and a Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for
Thanks
having
for
us.
having us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Of course. This was a good time. This was a
Yeah.
great time. And Mark,
Yo,
I want
that
to see
was
more of
great.
your work. And I want to get you on the pod, Mark. So stop hiding, man. I'll see you in your nightmares, everybody.
He's
Peace
awesome.
out.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, guys.